Hello students, welcome back to fifth session on quantitative techniques 1. In last 4 sessions, we discussed what are the basic concepts that we should aware of before we are moving towards first chapter, particularly practical aspects of first chapter. In first chapter, we have introduction to statistics where we should know meaning and definition. Measures of central tendency. In that, we are going to study arithmetic mean, its properties, geometric mean, harmonic mean, its properties and application, mode as well as median. Listen carefully. This is what first chapter of quantitative technique consists of. So, we should concentrate on all these aspects in first chapter. In that, we have already completed in last 4 sessions, particularly with respect to introduction to statistics. We discussed in detail what is statistics, what is the definition of statistics, what are the important 5 phases associated with statistics and important terms that we should aware of before we are moving towards practical aspects associated with first chapter. Go through all those 4 sessions carefully. Today we are concentrating on measures of central tendency, particularly arithmetic mean. So let me see what is central tendency. That's the first question to be answered. In statistics, the central tendency is the descriptive summary of data set. Through the single value from data set, it reflects the center of data distribution. Moreover, it doesn't provide information regarding individual data from data set where it gives summary of data set. So what is central tendency? So central tendency is nothing but single value which reflects center of data distribution. A single value of data set which reflects center of data distribution that constitute central tendency. A figure which represents number of figures given in the data set that constitute central tendency. So the central tendency is stated as statistical measure that represent single value of entire distribution or a data set. That's what I said. A particular figure which represent number of figures given in data set constitute central tendency which reflects center of data distribution. This central tendency aims to provide an accurate description of entire data. So instead of concentrating on each individual figures in a data set, if you look at that one individual figure which reflects center of data distribution, that one figure explains in detail about all which are there in that data set. Try to understand. So this is nothing but central tendency, a single value which represent whole data set being a center of data distribution constitute central tendency. What is measures of central tendency? So we have various statistical tools to measure that single value which represent entire data set that constitute measures of central tendency. Did you get my point? Listen carefully. We have various measures in statistics to measure one single figure which represent data set that constitute measures of central tendency. So, a measure of central tendency is a single value which explains entire data set. Measures of central tendency, try to understand, is a statistical tool that helps us to identify which is that single value which describes the entire data set. So that constitute measures of central tendency. The 3 most commonly used measures of central tendency are mean, median, mode. 3 commonly used measures of central tendency are mean, median, mode. So mean means arithmetic mean. First we will concentrate on mean. If you know what is mean and if you know how to calculate mean, it's so easy to understand median and mode. These are the three commonly used measures of central tendency. What is central tendency? A single value which represents or which reflects all other figures in a data set constitute central tendency. Measures of central tendency indicates a statistical tool which helps us to identify that single value that constitute measures of central tendency. Three commonly used measures of central tendency are mean, median, mode. What is mean? Also known as arithmetic mean, also known as average. If there is a question, calculate arithmetic mean, calculate average. It means mean only we are calculating. The mean represent average value of data set. Means total value of data set divided by number of figures or number of values in the data set constitute mean. It means average. For example, you ate 3 chapatis first day. Second day you ate 4 chapatis. Like that, every day you are eating, you are increasing 1 by 1 chapatis. At the end of a week, you want to know what is average consumption of chapati by you. How you will calculate? Monday how much you ate? 3 plus 4 you ate on Tuesday. Wednesday you ate how much? 5. Like that. Till Sunday how many chapatis you ate? Calculate the total. Divided by 7. That is average chapatis you ate. That average is nothing but the mean. Did you get my point? So simple. So mean represent average value of data set. It can be calculated as sum of all values in data set divided by number of values. That's what. Total number of chapatis you ate throughout a week divided by number of days in a week is mean of or average chapatis you ate during that week. That is what? That is how to calculate the mean. In general, it is considered as arithmetic mean. Try to understand. Mean is also considered as arithmetic mean. So how it can be calculated? Sum of all values in a data set divided by number of values. Some other measures of mean used to find central tendency are geometric mean, harmonic mean, weighted mean. These are some other measures of mean which we are studying, particularly geometric mean and harmonic mean in this chapter. So now we understood what is central tendency, what is measures of central tendency, what are 3 commonly used measures of central tendency. In that we understood mean by calculating average number of chapatis you ate during a particular week period. So now, how to calculate mean? See, I have already informed in last 4 sessions, collected data can be classified. If not classified, they are called as ungrouped data. If classified, they are called as grouped data. In case if you have raw data, means ungrouped data, how you will calculate mean? So simple. Arithmetic mean is equal to summation x divided by n. Sum of total of scores. In case if you are calculating average score divided by total number of scores that constitute mean. For example, if you want to know average score of a particular student, calculate the total score or total marks divided by number of subjects. You will arrive at what? You will arrive at mean, which can be symbolically, in statistics, this mean can be symbolically called or referred as x bar. X bar is equal to summation x divided by n. So, for example, if total marks scored by you is, assume that you scored 300. Number of subjects 6. Then what is your average score? That is mean. So sum of x, total scores, that is 300 divided by 6. What is your average score? 50. So 50 is average score. This 50 represents, try to understand, marks scored by you in all 6 subjects. Totally you got 300. 60 is your average score. This average score is nothing but arithmetic mean or mean. In case of grouped data, if you have a group data where you have frequency for each data of the variable or given data of the variable. So data on variable. Then you have to follow a different formula. What is the formula? X bar or M is equal to summation fx divided by n. Sum of x is nothing but sum of total marks scored by you. So when you multiply given x with f means frequency, so then you will arrive at summation fx. So summation fx divided by n is mean for group data. X bar is equal to summation fx divided by n. Try to understand. It's so simple. Listen carefully. In case if you have individual data, you have data of each individual students with regard to their height, with regard to their weight, with regard to the marks scored by them, total marks. Then it is ungrouped data. What's the formula? Summation x divided by n. In case if it is grouped one, then you should see whether the data is in discrete series or in continuous series. We have already discussed what is discrete series, what is continuous series. In case if it is discrete series, listen carefully, there is a method known as direct method to arrive at the answer. You just look at this slide. What is discrete series? We know that. Discrete series means frequency of the variable are given, but the variable is without class interval. Variable is without class interval, but frequency of each variable is given in the problem, or frequency of the variable is given in the problem. Then what is the formula? Then it will become a group data. You just look at this problem. Marks obtained 4, 8, 12, 16, 12. For example, assume that I conducted a test for first BCom B students. Marks scored by students was 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Out of 20 marks, some scored 4, some scored 8, some scored 12, some scored 16, some scored 20. How many scored 4? 6. How many scored 8? 12 members. How many scored 12? 18 members. 16, 15 members. 29 students. So this is group data. This is not ungrouped data. If marks scored by each individual students are given in the problem, it is ungrouped data. At that time you will apply the formula summation x divided by n. This is group data and discrete series. Marks obtained is not in class interval. Listen carefully. Marks obtained is not in class interval. I have not given marks like 4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 20, 20 to 25. I have not given like this. How many students scored 4 marks? How many students scored 8 marks? How many students scored 12 marks? How many students scored 20 marks? In that way I classified the data. This is discrete series data. So marks is not in class interval. Number of students who scored that much marks means 12 marks, 16 marks, 20 marks is clearly given. This is group data but discrete series. Then at that time we will apply this formula summation fx divided by n. X means variable. What is the variable here? Marks. F means number of students. You just see. Then I multiplied f with x. So 4 into 6, 8 into 12, 12 into 18, 16 into 15, 20 into 19. We will arrive at fx. So sum of this is 756. Try to understand summation fx. See, mean also known as x bar. Summation fx divided by n, x bar is equal to 756 divided by 60. 60 means total number of students. Total number of students were 60 in this problem. So, what was the average marks of all 60 students put together? It is 12.6. So, this is how to calculate arithmetic mean for individual series and for discrete series. Listen carefully. In case if it is ungrouped data, means individual series, you just apply the formula summation x divided by n. In case if it is group data, if it is in discrete series, where value of variables are given without class interval and at the same time frequencies of each value of variable is given, that is known as discrete series. At that time you have to apply a formula summation fx divided by n. So we'll see how to calculate arithmetic mean for continuous series, particularly in next class. Till that, take care. Thank you.